YouTube, welcome back. So I just want to do a quick real talk video for you, discussing some of the situations that come up in real estate. Not every day is a good day, not every day is a bad day, not every deal is a big paycheck for you, but not every day is a deal, a small paycheck either. So let me just get real with you right now. Okay, for those of you that are joining for the first time, I'm a realtor here in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, matter of fact. So I'm in the West Valley, Goodyear office here at Berkshire Hathaway. My name is Darrell Coleman, and I've been doing this almost 3 years now. This year has been really good, and actually the sales that I've done this year won me an award. So I'm gonna have to do a video on that just to give you some insight on how that goes. Great feeling to be able to have an award. But like I said, Phoenix, Arizona, I do home sales, realtor here. Actually starting an investment, this home that I'm in right now. I'll probably have 1 or 2 more videos maybe here, and then the next one will be at the next one where I have an actual office where I start staging things. So just check the video. So I was saying, I just want to do a real talk video. I had a deal, and let's just talk about this one particular deal. So we signed in December. I almost said November. In December we signed, and we signed for a spec home. So with the spec home, the home is actually built by the builders. It's always built by the builders, duh. But they pick the specifications for the home. You have very little, leeway when it comes to fixing the home up. So my client didn't get to fix up the home or do anything like that. But in these homes, they actually do a lot of the upgrades that they want in order to get the home to sell at a certain price point. Once that home sells at that price point, then every home that comes after that is actually going to have to sell at that price point or above. So it's a smart move when it comes to the builders. In this particular situation, it actually turned out to be a bad situation for them, but a good one for my client. But let me get in depth in that, all right? So I want to walk you through the whole process, December until yesterday when I closed, okay? So December signing was perfect. Everything went well until the next day. So then the next day, I get a call saying that the configuration was bad. So say the garage is on the left-hand side and your home is off to the right. So that changes dynamics of everything. Everything moves around. Well, the paperwork said the garage is on the right-hand side. So just like I just said, it changes dynamics of everything. Now the kitchen and everything is over here when it's supposed to be over here. So yeah, we had to have that changed. That goes up to corporate. They have to rewrite it and then send it back to us. So that was the beginning of our nightmare for this situation. All right, we get the paperwork back from corporate. It's changed to the correct configuration on the outside, but now they've taken out all the specs that are inside the home. So guess what we got to do? We got to send it back to corporate to have them fix it, and that takes more time. It took about 2 weeks actually. So we signed around like the 21st maybe, and around January 4th, January 5th is when I started getting paperwork saying, hey, it's coming back. Wait a minute, we got to fix this, got to fix that. So things were not going so well. But I didn't think anything of it. I just thought, this is something that happened. It's a fluke. It's going to continue to go. It's no biggie. All right. So now we're looking at January 5th or so. All right. We pushed through maybe about 2 weeks now. We've had those incidents. It's continuing to go. It's fine. We get the right paperwork. Okay. Now we're waiting for the closing. We're waiting for the walkthrough. We're waiting for the funding, different things like this. We don't hear anything except for a few pictures from the realtor saying, hey, they put in your appliances. Hey, they put in this, they put in that. Communicating with the client back and forth every now and then. Because it was a spec home, it was already being built. So the move-in time was really early. So we just closed, like I said, yesterday. So we don't have a lot of time still. So everything seemed to be moving smooth. But that's not how it continues. So now we're in February, okay? The appraisal comes in. You have to do the appraisal on all of them. We had an appraisal on a FHA So we started with the FHA loan. Everything was approved. Everything was going through. We were good to go on this build. They have incentives, okay? So a lot of new builds do not have incentives. So as a realtor, make sure you pay attention to that. As a client, make sure you ask those questions. Your realtor should be asking that. Please note to self, if you're a client, get a realtor. Do not go by yourself, okay? It's really rough. But we had the appraisal done. And in the appraisal comes in $10,000 cheaper than what the house is listed for. So, hey, good thing for the client, not for the builder. But it wouldn't be my kind of deal if the deal just went smooth after the appraisal, okay? So they call my client and they tell her, they say, young client, okay, this is what we need. We need you to pay the difference, the $10,000 difference, okay? Because it didn't appraise. So there is a clause in the contract that says, you know, if you modify your home too much, the appraisal may not come in correctly. So there's going to be a small gap and you have to fill that gap financially. So you will have to come in with the money. Now, the problem is this is a spec home. I keep saying that because it's really important. The spec home, we didn't pick the stuff. You guys picked it. We just said we want to purchase it, you know. They could not appraise because it was the first spec home in that particular style that was being built, and it didn't appraise at what they said. It was supposed to be 290, came in at 280. So calling my client and saying you got to come in with the 10 grand, no, you need to call me and let me know, and then we're going to tell the client, but we need to figure out if there's something we can do on the back end to make this work in the benefit of my client. Because as a realtor, you're the fiduciary for your client, not for the builders. Unless you work for the builder, then yeah, you're gonna fight for the builder. I don't work for them, so so now my client, we're still in early February. Now my client is ready to close. We're probably, no, it's mid-February at this point. We're about February 14th, 15th time frame, because I was heading to Cali, and on the 13th is when the appraisal. So it was February 13th. The appraisal comes in and it comes in low. So I'm driving to Cali at this very moment. They're calling me with the whole issue. I'm calling broker, I'm calling the corporate, I'm calling everybody. Corporate says they're gonna work on it. They don't know why the realtor told them, hey, you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. And I said, it's not the realtor, it's the lender. Same deal. We don't know why they said that. We're gonna take care of it. Or we're gonna do another appraisal. But the lender said, let's change it from FHA to a conventional. And the reason why they're doing that is to take the FHA loan and the appraisal and move that over here out of the picture. And then now they're going to bring in the picture the conventional, and the conventional loan is actually going to have you do another appraisal, and they're hoping the appraisal comes in at 290 so that they can get their spec home to be a 290 home. It's not my problem. Again, my problem is my client needs to be happy and they need to be fulfilled. This is their dream home. This is what they deserve as my client. So my job is to fight for them. So for you as a realtor, fight for your client. For you as a client, make sure you have a realtor that's going to fight for you, or you're going to have to fight for yourself. I've discussed all of this with the realtor of the new build. I discussed it with the lender. I tried to discuss it with title, but they were getting confused too because the lender's trying to push it through and change the loan. And then I discussed it with my broker, and that's when I ended up sending an email saying, look, these are the regulations. This is what happened. My client is ready to walk away at this moment right now. This isn't right. You're doing wrong business. We're here to build dreams, not to tear them down. So come the next day, the lender called me first and told me, you know what, it looks like they're going to go ahead and, you know, bring the price down to 280. And to me, of course, I'm like, you got dang right you are. But not really. I just, that's what I said in my head, but I didn't say it to them. But they did bring the price down. My client is good to go. At this point, we're at Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. So I left that Thursday. Then there was Valentine's Day, and then Saturday, Sunday. I come back Sunday. Monday there's a holiday, and I'm doing different things with clients and things like that. And as I come in Tuesday, check my email. That's when I don't see anything, but the lender calls and says, you know what, you guys win. Then I get an email, snark email from the realtor saying, yeah, I hope you're happy that you got what you asked for. This is what you wanted, so be happy about it. Yeah, that's not, as a professional, it's not something you would put in an email. I would maybe say, I'm glad we can come to an agreement. I'm glad we can make this work out, or I don't know. I would have to think about it a long time, but that's not something I would say to be a smart aleck to any client that's coming in. They're gonna have a bad review for you, and it's not good. So anyway, we're supposed to have closing on Friday. Friday closing didn't happen because of the appraisal issue. That took us into Wednesday. Wednesday we ran out of time, didn't get the paperwork in time to be able to close on Friday. So then we had to wait until Monday. Monday comes around, they're emailing us saying they need citizenship paperwork, this and that. And I'm like, why in the heck hasn't this happened this whole entire time? Now, mind you, on the 13th, or the 12th or the 13th, I think it was the 12th, I went over there and did a pre-inspection because I wasn't going to be there on Valentine's Day to do the inspection with them. So I walked through with the client, we wrote down a list, took pictures, all these things. There was no garage door opener for this garage. Okay, now fast forward. All of these issues are happening. We're pushed back till Monday. Monday doesn't happen. Not sure what happened with that. They couldn't balance the books or whatever the heck the case was. Tuesday comes along. They hit us up early in the morning at 8 o'clock saying, hey, we're ready to close. Come down here 45 minutes away to go do the thing signing. So I don't know about you. I don't want last minute stuff where I got to drive 45 minutes out to go do a signing that should have happened already. So anyway, it's for my client. I want to make sure they're good. So now I'm making sure that I'm there. So I go to the signing. We get there. Everything works out perfect. At the signing, the lender comes in and she's meeting everybody. And she's like, oh, you're a witness. And she turns to me and she's like, oh, you're Darrell. Nice to meet you. You got dang right it's nice to meet you, man. We've been going back and forth just throwing blows in here. I didn't say that to her, but again, I'm professional. So I didn't say it, but I'm thinking it. We close. We now have to wait for the keys. I get home, finally get the keys. Well, I get the authorization. You get it in an email or a phone call. Get the authorization, go grab the keys. Meet my client up there at 4 o'clock. Again, no garage door opener on the freaking garage. This builder does not provide garage door openers. They put a garage door, but no opener. This is 2020. I have not seen that in Arizona until now. So normally I try to get a little gift for my client. I wanted to get the ring. I think I got the ring keyhole or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, the keyhole or peephole something so that they can use that. But I also had to get them a garage door opener because I felt so bad. This is your dream home. It's supposed to be the best moment of your life. And the best moment of your life was ruined because of all this whole transaction all the way until we purchase, and then you can't even get in your garage. It's tough to open the garage. It took me 2 hands and I had to pry the dang garage open. My client is a little shorter, so it's gonna be hard for them to close the door once it's open. So to end the story, I had to make it right. I bought them a garage door opener. I paid for the install. I had them come in, put it in. I actually went to Home Depot. I do not get paid. I'm not getting any endorsements, a sponsor, anything like that. But it's just from the bottom of my heart. Home Depot was amazing. I purchased it, $218, $97 for the install, and then a 2-year warranty. And then I had a military discount. Yes, I did. So they installed it the very next day. I got it yesterday at 6. They installed it today at 10:30. Took 45 minutes. Clients are happy. I'm happy. The builder asked for a review and they want all sixes. I guess they go out on a scale of 6. They want all sixes, no 5s. That means they failed. For me, you get a 3, straight up. You get a 3. But that ends my rant. If you made it this far, man, hit the like button, subscribe. I want to continue to bring more videos to you. This is something I really enjoy doing, and I have to bring the good with the bad, man. I can't bring nothing but good videos. I can't do it. I got to bring something bad. But we still close. Client's happy. Beautiful home. I have more for you, man.